It was an upsetting afternoon for Jaguars fans Sunday after a last-second field goal gave the Miami Dolphins the win. Here to break down what did and didn't work, we're joined by News4Jack's sportscaster, Alessandra Pontbriand. Hi, Alessandra. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. I wish, we could be talking about a win
Uh,
after week one, but it's okay. The Jaguars, they lost 20-17 on that last second field goal to the Dolphins. So they started the season 0-1, which is obviously not the way they wanted to start the season. But, Justin Barney, who's my boss, he wrote an article after the game and he said it was a good start, forgettable finish. And I think everyone wants to forget what happened in that second half. But the Jaguars, they did lead 17-7 at halftime. So they had a 10-point lead. It was looking good for them until Travis Etienne fumbled in the end zone, which flipped the momentum in the third quarter. That started the Dolphins' rally because the very next play was a Tua Tagovailoa touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill for 80 yards.
really flip-flopped there.
Oh, absolutely. And I did say in my pregame that I thought the Dolphins were going to win. Sorry, Jaguars fans. I thought the Dolphins were going to win because of that explosive offense, and that's literally why they did win. So kudos to me, I guess.
Yeah, way to predict a loss. Thanks, Alessandra. Yeah, Doug Peterson actually called it a tale of two halves, and I think that they really were riding high. What happened to Travis? I mean, he got that ball kind of punched out, but was he playing fast and loose? Should he have been, or was it just, it could have been stripped from anybody?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely that the defensive player that came in just like punched the ball out of his hands. He did what he needed to do. He did a very good job, and Travis Etienne just couldn't keep a hold of it. It's unfortunate that happened. That's a little uncharacteristic for Travis Etienne. He's a veteran. He's a really good running back. But I will say Tank Bigsby had a really good day. I don't want to say backup because they both shared the field quite a bit, but yeah, that definitely was the difference. You could see the momentum completely shift after. Now, a lot of the players they don't believe in momentum shifts when we ask some of them,
Hmm.
but I mean, you could obviously see it that the Dolphins took over right after that. They had the confidence after that, and they went out and won. And there was a lot of time still left on the clock for Trevor Lawrence to get something going, and then of course that is not what happened.
I thought it was cute. Jacksonville today did the math on Trevor Lawrence because this is his fourth year as the
Hmm.
starting quarterback. He's passed for over
Yeah.
11,000 yards in his 50 games, and they did the math on that. They found that it was roughly the distance from one Jaguars habitat to another, from Everbank Stadium to the Jacksonville Zoo.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I thought
adorable.
that was cute. So, but he said afterwards, we just kind of gave it away,
Yeah.
and I think that was probably your takeaway too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like last season, we're always talking about how the defense did what they needed to do to win the game, and the offense just was not able to actually win the game. Like that was the issue that we had last season. That's the issue that we had in week one. So it's a little, it's kind of frustrating when you're talking about the same issues that they had from 2023 and you're hyping up this team that they're going to be so good, and then they weren't able to actually, when the moment was there that you needed to come and put a touchdown drive together, they weren't able to do that. I will say that Brian Thomas Jr., I think he had a really good day. First career touchdown for him. So that's really awesome for the rookie first round draft pick.
Yeah.
I talked about Tank Bigsby. He led all rushers with 12 carries for 73 yards. That's pretty good for him. He kind of, not a great season for his rookie season last year. So that was a really good performance for his first game. But then, when you're looking at the defense, I think Ryan Nielsen's defense looks great. They rotate very liberally, obviously man heavy. All positions were subbing in players in and out. You saw that especially with the linebackers. And especially Jarian Jones, I think was the third play, was defending, was it Tyreek Hill or one of the Dolphins receivers? And I think it was an incompletion. So I think yes, the defense looked good. I think people should be excited about Ryan Nielsen's defense. The offense, of course, is just a little not at the same step, I guess, as the defense. But
I got to ask you
yeah,
for something that happened off the field, but
yes,
certainly kind of stole the headlines.
yeah,
Wide receiver Tyreek Hill um, being pulled over, detained,
hmm,
handcuffed on the
yes.
ground, and then one of his former teammates.
Yeah, that's right. So Tyreek Hill, he was detained by police and put in handcuffs outside of the stadium, literally right at the entrance of the stadium during a traffic stop. He was stopped for speeding and reckless driving. And then a former Jaguar, Calais Campbell, that we all know well, said post game that he was also detained
A
and put in
current Dolphin,
handcuffs.
right? Yeah.
Right. So he's a current Miami Dolphins player. So is Tyreek. But yeah, so he tried to stop to try to de-escalate the situation. Then he was put in handcuffs as well. The police officer that was one of the police officers that that detained Tyreek Hill, put him in handcuffs, was placed on administrative leave. Right. Actually, I think it was in the middle of the game, to be honest, when that happened, and the news came out right after the game.
Possibly embarrassing for Miami police. And then
Yeah,
Tyreek kind of did like a little motion during the game, didn't he?
he
That
did.
what happened there?
So after he scored that touchdown, he put his hands behind his back like he was getting handcuffed, and then Jalen Waddle came with the key to unlock it. So yeah,
Uh,
Tyreek Hill.
yeah. Well, what are you looking for next?
I'm looking forward to the season opener against the Browns this Sunday. I'm super excited. I get to film the games this year,
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm really hoping it doesn't rain. I'm hoping it's not hot.
Yeah, that's I guess the best you can hope for
Yeah, I know.
this season. All right, Alessandra, thanks so much for being here. We always appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
You too.